What's going on, guys? It's your girl, Sister Soul, and I am muted coming in, but I'm not muted now. What's going on? Yeah, guys, I am bringing some information to you guys. We got so much hate going on. We got to make sure we getting things together. We have been talking about building, getting our communities together, so on and so forth. But when it comes to that, we got to be supporting each other, and we did get some of that when it comes to it. But I want you guys to just relax for a minute. I'm gonna open the panel up if anybody wants to remark on this after I show this information about what just happened in New Jersey. This stuff happens all the time. A lot of times the news is about bringing attention to things, so on and so forth. But for me, what I believe we need to do is make sure that we're showing and putting a spotlight on things that even if we know it's just for attention, we know it's not right. We got to stand up for things. We have people supporting the people. Some things are crimes that we consider, I guess, moral. So we got to be sure to pay attention to that. But I'm gonna play a little track or two and see who else want to come in, and we'll get going from there, guys. Great day. I'm hoping y'all heard that. It may have been a little bit low. I'm gonna check the frequency on that. Grand one, what's going on, vegan? My boys in the building. We got Copper Tone, Greedy Vegan. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. We about to talk about this nonsense going on. Y'all know I don't want to really get into no gossip, but we got to talk about the things that are being done to our people. I am not feeling it. I don't like to cause attention to things that aren't important, but I think this is important. So let me just check this real quick. I hope y'all heard that track. I love it. Investing out of the blue. You guys need to go to his channel. He talks about a lot of things as far as like investing your money, finding ways to bring in extra income, so on and so forth. All right, let's see, guys. We're about to talk about this story right here. Let me see. Give me 2 seconds. All right, let's see. With this, I do have let's see. I think there's two articles I have here, but I'm going to look at this particular one. This particular one, guys, is I don't know if you guys heard about the story at all. That's what that's what I'm gonna say first. This just happened in New Jersey. They've been sending stuff to Biden, this fake ass president. You already know. We ain't gonna get into the story of that. But they so-called president that they think gonna do something and he can't do nothing because he's just a puppet. But we just gonna talk about it anyway. Him, Kamala Harris. They've been getting information on this. Of course, I'm having an issue with my computer. I had this set up for you guys. I'm moving a little slow here. Okay, basically, what happened was the guy was harassing the gentleman. I have I wanted to disclose this information. I did have it brought to my attention by Stormy, who is a guest today, and thought that it was something that I should find relevant to speak on. This may be used on TIO radio, so just to give a disclosure on that, this is a part of a TIO production, and basically we will be entering this information possibly in a future broadcast. But Stormy, I wanted you to give your input on this. I know it bugged you. Your household was talking about it since yesterday. Since I don't visit the news and things much, I don't really get a lot of information on certain stories. But this is a topic that I feel is it definitely deserves some attention. So just give me your input, darling, on what it is that what upsets you so much, what information you have privy to the story in itself, so we can kind of talk about it and disclose this to people that aren't aware of it, because we do want this to be noted. Welcome. Thank you for having me. I didn't see that. You could have been. Greedy Vegan, you said there's no audio. Is there no audio with the young lady Stormy? Can you not hear her? Put a one in there if you cannot hear her, or two if you can, just to know what you're saying on your end. I hear you. Can you all hear? All right, she just changed everything, guys. Let us know if you can hear her. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Thank you so much, Stormy, for giving your input and bringing this story to my attention. It is definitely a little crazy. I will be opening the panel up for anyone that wants to discuss this. I definitely want to know if anyone lives in the area and if you guys have heard anything about it. These are the types of things that are going on all over the place. If something like this is going on in your area, you need to make sure that you're showing up and showing out and showing support to the people that you know that don't deserve this type of treatment. This is what I think. We need to support each other in all kind of ways. People always feel alone. They feel like people don't care in these situations. I'm not talking about being violent. I'm not talking about being ignorant or acting, crazy. What I'm saying is being able to support by showing up and showing out and saying, I'm not tolerating this. I'm not tolerating this for my brother. I'm not tolerating this for my sister, so on and so forth. So what we have to make sure that we're doing, guys, is just checking out everything. Copper, you said my audio is it mine as well? I'm not sure what's going on, but I hope this is a little better. Um, so yeah, basically we have to be sure of what's going on. I'm gonna read some of this article. I'm also gonna open a panel. It is gonna be open discussion. You guys know I go all over the place, so we may have some varied topics, but it's definitely going to be stemming from some of the same things. Let me just say that. I'm going to start reading the article as far as the details. You did hear from Stormy, as far as what's going on with this guy, and we're just going to get a little brief summary on this aspect. I want to hear your. Let me put the link out there as well. I want to hear your input on this, guys. Definitely feel free to jump up. And Stormy says she would like to have some input. She wants to know how people are feeling about this, what they've heard about it, their direction, so on and so forth. So let's just get into some of the article and then we'll go from there. All right. It says that when a police officer arrives, Matthews tells him to go talk to these effing niggers. Oh, goodness. I don't know if I should have said that on here, but I said it now. When the officer tells Matthews to stop, he responds, F you. Go talk to the ends and let them know what I'm all about and what effing rights they have, which he obviously he felt was none. Matthews also declines the police officer's request. Remind you, this is a request. This upstanding gentleman deserved to have a request to do something, and it wasn't done, obviously. But Matthews also declined the police officer's request to go back to his home, taking up a position without sight of the house he had just visited and saying, I'll stand right here. It's common property. Ain't that something? He said he gonna stand where he wanna stand. It's common property. Check that out. While the officer attempts to talk to the family, Matthew yells, I'm not going away until your husband stops effing finding me and threatening me while I'm at effing work. After the officer tells him to cut it out, man, Matthew gets loose with the final effing ends. Now, mind you, you picturing this, right? The officer telling him go to his house. He said, Nope, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here. And then the other guy says, I think I'm gonna say what I want to say. He starts talking. The Matthews guy saying, Nope, tell these ends this, that, blah, 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 telling her what to say, telling him what to tell him to do. Don't come to his job. I guess the guy probably went and confronted him at his job and embarrassed him. The officer tells him to cut it out. He snatches loose from the officer. Now, if this was somebody else, I think they may have been shot at that point, let alone tased or anything, but there was nothing done about it. As he returns some more, the officer tells him, Cut it out, Cagney. Go home again. He said, Cut it out, go home, go home. Wow, craziness, right? Cagney obviously is like, No, screw you. I'm not doing none of that. I'm about to do what I want to do. So Cagney decides that he's going to stay there. So Matthews was later charged, as Stormy told you guys, he had the harassment charge. Now, harassment is a very minute charge when we think about all the stuff he did. Fighting with the police, basically, that's what that was. You know, resisting arrest, exactly. Thank you. The resisting arrest, all of that. So, with the resisting of the arrest, that he didn't do, he wasn't even arrested. So, with the resistance, So with him doing that, it just kind of throws everything kind of off, because he had no business being at the man's place anyway. He shouldn't have did any of this. I mean, but he had the boldness, as you guys heard from Stormy, that he had the boldness to tell the officer, everybody, that he had names to drop. He's harassing these people all the time, all of the non-white residents. I know her audio had a little issue, but prior to that, she was saying how there was another uh, black resident, and this person was actually run away after they done spent their money on this condominium, so they forced them out. So all that. Real quick before I read some more of this story, welcome, Copper Tone. Thanks so much for joining us, bro. Had you heard about this story, bro?
What's up? Good morning. I mean, not morning. Great day. How y'all doing?
Great, great.
I just heard about it, man. I seen this real. Sorry. Um, the thing, he put his location out there and he didn't get arrested, so the police was protecting him. See, serve and protect. So
Mm-hmm.
hey, and the police, they're like, hey, he said he did nothing but sticks. Sticks and stones hurt our bones, but words, that's the civil rights. So it's no hate crime if he would have put his hands on them, because he said, you niggers, hey, he's like, you cop, get them niggers. And the cop like basically like, guy, just go. But they showed up and he didn't expect that. So the police was like barricading his house. Now, Buddy would have came out with something, if all means necessary, but he was surprised that the people showed up. Hey, that shit funny, man. What's up? Good morning. Top of the morning.
Yes,
hey.
Yes.
Yeah, but we do need more of this.
This been going on since 2017 with this particular incident.
Oh, this ad?
Yeah.
It won't go on I bet it won't go on no more like that. Buddy look shocked, like, damn, when the niggas done showed up. All the niggas done showed up. My bad.
You good, bro. But listen, the dude been doing this since 2017 to all the black people in the neighborhood. Anybody black that moved there. One black lady, he ran out of there. This woman had lived there a couple of months. She actually left. He was putting feces on mailbox. He was doing all kind of weird stuff. It wasn't just this one thing he did. Now this a straight nut that should have been arrested and locked away, because he's a danger to society in his damn self. Obviously, the way he acting. This is a nut job. This man literally went and put feces on someone's property. Who does that? Who has to discuss
Whoa. Hold up. You said, hold up. You said shit. Nah. Doo-doo.
Yes. Yes.
Human droppings. Huh?
Yes. Human feces on a woman's car. Not the
whoa.
Car.
No. Hold up. Whoa. Hey. Oh, hold up. Hey, he could bang that in court like, is it my shit? Hey, pull the DNA up. Hey, cameras and DNA. But damn, that's fucked up. You nasty Dougie. You guy, you.
Right. But check this out. For them to do that, right, it would have to be charges pressed on him. He did all that shit and they ain't pressed no charges. This was stuff
What shit did he do then? Well, it wasn't shit. They didn't charge the shit. Shit. Come on, sis.
Crazy. That's some crazy shit, right? That's really some crazy shit.
That shit is out of this world.
Shit from the crazy. Shit from the crazy. You feel me?
Full of shit. He's full of shit.
I need Huey up here right now. Listen.
Doug. Hey, yo, Huey, North Florida. Attention, Georgia. Georgia, North Florida. Shit. Wake up, shithead. Come and join this shit.
This is a straight nut job though, for real, bro. This crazy. Imagine you go to your car and you see somebody
Imagine.
disgusting. Man, come on. This man, these
Shit.
people been real resistant because they was in a certain neighborhood trying to make sure they
These
maintain themselves. Let me tell you about the average person. Let me tell you about me. I'm nice, but I ain't nice. I ain't sweet like
shit.
that. You feel me? I'm just saying that. Listen, I'm just saying that.
Shit.
Listen, try me once, you won't try me twice. That's all I'm gonna say. For him to be doing all that, listen, he did a whole lot. But you know what? The boldness of it all. Let me just say my address. Who gonna come see me? Dude was like, come see me. 150 people showed up like, what's up? We came to
He
see
won't
what
do
you
that
gonna
shit
do.
no more.
None of it.
He got shit on his mind.
Listen, this
His
is
breath
just
probably smell like shit right now. Shit. So, I'm sorry, sis. Shit. Let me pause.
I know, bro. I feel you. I know you be on your shit all the time. But the shit is this is some real shit. It's so crazy that it's pathetic. It's disgusting. It's foul. It's inhumane. This is a purity animal, which we know certain people are animals anyway, but this is like inhumane. This is disgust. This is filth. This is more than harassment. He's getting charges
Oh,
like what?
sis. He said, "You monkey." He would call him monkey. So the
Yeah,
African dude, like, "You white monkey," and then it got
yes. You got
interesting.
the
That
video, bro?
shit got real.
You playing the video, bro?
No, but I seen it. But I can, I can pull it.
It's on the link. Pull it up, bro. We're
Give.
gonna share it in a second. I'm gonna finish this
All
little
right.
last section with that. But listen, that the dude with the point of him having the audacity to say his address, thinking nobody gonna care. What does that say, right? That's real sad in itself. That says to me that oh, they don't support each other. Who gonna support them? Who gonna care? Who gonna
Yeah,
care what
yeah.
happened? What I
Right.
do to these people? Who gives a f? I can do what I can to these animals, these dogs. This is the way he felt. Shit, he
So,
had all the audacity in the world.
so we got to give the guy Karen's a name. You know, Karen got a name. So what's the name
The
for
Ken,
the
the
Chucks?
King,
Chucks?
yeah, Kenny.
Kenny? No, Kenny. Hey, vote. Nah. Hey, Kenny or Chuck? Hey, one for Chuck,
Big
two for Kenny.
facts,
Let's
facts.
get it. For real. Facts.
Welcome
Facts.
to the platform, Big Philly. Thanks for joining us, OG. How you doing this great day, brother?
Philly, you up a
Yes,
little
ma'am. Good
early
morning.
there,
How everybody
boy.
doing? Grand rising, everybody.
Oh, he up on the thing and
Yeah, I
all.
had to get
Damn,
Oh
on
boy,
here.
yeah,
he
he
alert.
up. He
Them
alert.
Chi
He up. He
seeds, huh?
looking at us.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
already know, OG. Like, no, he didn't. Yes, he did, OG. You see what he did to this brother, and what he been doing to all
Shit.
these other people going in this neighborhood. Had you heard
Yes,
about this,
ma'am.
bro? Philly.
Yes, ma'am.
Had you heard about this, brother? Had you heard about this story prior to now?
Is it in Georgia?
No, it happened in New Jersey, but it's
Yeah, I
been
heard
all
about.
they done sent letters to Trump and everything.
I heard
I mean,
about it.
not
Yes,
Trump.
ma'am.
I'm talking about Trump. Biden and Kamala.
Yes, I heard about it. Yes, ma'am.
Same
Where
people, different
where a
road.
couple guys had to come out and sit outside of our property and all that stuff.
Craziness, brother. And this
Yep.
man been getting away with this with so many people trying to destroy people's lives, and they spending their money trying to live in a decent so-called neighborhood, a decent neighbor. Look, they done left the hood, brother, to go to a decent neighborhood. Look what happened in a decent neighborhood. You wake up to shit on your car and people spitting on you, all this stuff. That's what happened in a decent neighborhood. How people feel about that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just, I got it.
You got the video pulled up, bro?
Yeah. I'm ready. Wait on you. Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Great day. I'm sorry. I got the habit of
Listen,
saying that.
hold on. I'm gonna read this last little part. Keep it up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add it to
All
the
right.
screen. Share some things. Okay, check this out, y'all. I'm gonna unshare mine, but I gotta read this part right here. It said, however, according to other neighbors, Matthew has a history of harassing non-white residents, the real Africans, Y'all don't get me started. We ain't gonna talk about these African caucus people. Okay. Anyway, the guy, the guy is off his rocker, and they need to get him out. Aaliyah Robinson told Fox 29 News he cannot be racially harassing and assaulting people. Did y'all hear them say anything about he was charged with assault? We heard harassment, but we hear nothing about assault, right? It said he can't be harassing and assaulting people, spitting on people, busting down people's doors,
He was trying to
breaking
kiss
people.
Buddy.
Yo, he trying to catch a bag. Listen, busting down people's doors, breaking windows, and writing "White Lives Matters" on stuff. What? Listen. Imagine this happening at your
Hey,
house.
he sounds like a scorned Kenny.
No, that's a straight Kendrick Keno. I don't know. Keno, we're gonna say about the canine. Don't get on the story about the canine.
Canaanites.
Listen,
That's Cain there. Cain 1:8.
That's
You
what.
see?
Listen, that's the Cain. Listen, facts. This ain't no joking matter. On the fact of the matter, y'all play with it if you want to. The canine, which is the canine animal, the dog,
Man's best
which is
friend.
also
Cain and
It's a whole
Cain and
y'all
Canaan.
head up because listen, y'all know I go deep on another subject. Don't let me tell y'all some real shit. But listen, we're gonna stick to this right now. But keep that in mind. This animal, this canine, doing all this to these people and allowed to do it, breaking down people's doors, busting their windows. Would that happen in your home? It couldn't happen in mine. You got the screen share, bro? I'm about to bust this one out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
ready?
hold on, y'all.
Couldn't happen.
Couldn't happen in my house. Billy said, dang sure ain't gonna happen in mine. Dang sure ain't. That sound absurd. That's more than absurd. Hold on, let me get to it. Copy screen share so we can get that to the stream.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, this
All
is
right.
craziness.
Yeah, ready? And I'm about to roll the beautiful shit footage.
You know why? Punch him. Punch him. Punch him. Punch him, Pito. Put your hands on me again. Punch him. Twice. Punch him. Twice. Punch him. And his name is Brandon. Pito. Fucking punch him. Yo, you want to know why I'm going after him? I don't care. I don't give a shit. So why you here? I don't give a shit. So why you here? I don't give a shit. Then get the fuck out of here then. I don't give a shit. Put your hands on me one more time. Oh, you put your hands on me. Come close. Come close. Right there. I know. Right there. That's right there. The rolling jerseys. Back up. Come close. Back up. Keep backing up. Back up.
There you go. They want to kiss him.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Vito, don't touch me.
Talk about it. The jealousy of it all.
Don't touch me. Fucking bastard. That's right. Yeah, my parents are both dead. Yeah, what the fuck? My parents are both dead too.
That's probably assault, the spit, kind of, you know what I'm saying? The anger from Kenneth, them spitballs became flying missiles like bullets.
Get the fuck out of here! You can't do shit. Touch him. Touch him. That's all I want you to do. Touch him. Shoot up for you. Touch him. That's all I want you to do. Touch him. I know better. Oh, don't you know better? Get the fuck out of here. I got you 3 times. I don't give a shit. Don't worry. I don't give a shit about you. That's called assault. Out of here. I'm going to wait for the cops to show up. That's called assault. Yes. Wait for them to come here. Wait for them. We will. Yes. Keep waiting. I am. You walk on someone's property. This isn't their property, you dumb fuck. You dumb fuck. This is. They don't know this is common ground. You dumb ignorant nigger. Have rights. No, they don't. Yes, they do. They don't have any right. Get the fuck out of here. No right. This is called common ground. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's all you know how to do. Walk up, harass all people. Nobody's harassed anybody. Yes, you have been. You have been. Everything's recorded. I don't give a shit. Everything I don't give a shit. Have a conversation. I do not give a shit. If you don't give a shit, then get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit about you. I give a shit about them. So you get the fuck out of here. Okay? I have every right to be here like you do. Oh, yeah. Just like he does.
Sis.
This is called common property.
You know what? Why he banging so hard? Because he's an immigrant and he probably been told the gang. I mean,
Right.
look
No, he
at
banging
us
hard
different.
because he know he got white privilege. He know the cops
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
do shit to
yeah.
him.
I'm
He was
saying.
born here. He was born here though, bro. He American, the dude.
Oh, well,
Yeah, he was born
how
here.
how
I'm
you got
talking
that
about the white
accent like
privilege.
that?
See, Nuke like that's some bullshit because he got the pause.
They have no
Yeah, that
jurisdiction
and
here.
his door like that. This got to
And
be
when
a
they get
crisis.
here, I'm
Like,
gonna
that's
walk
what I'm
them
like.
the fuck
Couldn't
off
be
when they
me.
just get in front of
Couldn't be
Berlin
me.
stop. Who's Berlin?
And us over here either.
Secretary of the board. Her and her daughter are the fuck out of here.
I do not care. I do not care. You will not harass them. You will not talk to him.
So Buddy from what?
Oh, good. Keep laughing.
He
That's
ain't
all
from
you know
North
how to do.
America.
That's all you know how to do.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you know how to do.
He
I
from
didn't touch
Africa.
you. You touched
I
me.
don't give a shit.
That's good.
I
As
don't
long
give a
as you
shit.
know that.
Yes, exactly. I don't give
So
a
he
shit
feeling
about
a
it.
certain
You
way,
can't go
like
for shots.
extra.
I don't give a shit about it.
Hold on. You're right.
I don't
Hold
give a
on.
shit.
Why can't I press charges?
Unless he Jamaican, you know what I'm saying? But that accent sound, that's
There you go.
what we shall overcome psyops.
Yeah, he do sound like he from Africa.
Africa, so he feel he's an immigrant. He been given shit, probably taxes, tax cuts, and all. So he banging him. He ain't no regular.
If you want to get involved in this, you know what happened?
A regular nigga,
What you did?
they run them off. He's standing his ground
Niggas
like.
got shot out with a shotgun.
I don't care.
222s to their fucking front
I
face.
do not care.
In Cherry Hill, their fucking daughter got
That's-
smashed.
He should have got
Is
slapped.
that
As
what
he
you
walked
want?
back up in his
No.
face.
And you want to know where I was when all this happened?
Laid him right out in the grass.
At work, monkey.
I don't care where you were.
That's what he
At
should have
Lord.
got.
Just like I told the Mount Laurel police.
I
Get
ain't
these
promoting
fucking monkey niggers out of here. You
violence,
can't
so
do
y'all know,
shit.
but I'm just
That's
saying
me talking
that's
shit.
what needed to be happening.
See, get these monkey
3602
niggas
Gramercy
out
Way,
of
that's
here.
where I
He
live.
an African.
Come
Whoa.
fuck
He look at it differently.
So you're real comfortable. So get me on video so you know what you see.
Man, he boldly saying niggas and all, but watch when the police come up. But he an African. He an African,
Hey,
so
White,
he's
trying to
standing.
get the foreigner.
Somebody called me.
Someone
So
told
he
you
a
it's private
foreigner.
property. You have
The
no
white dude
jurisdiction here
looking like
whatsoever.
this nigga come
None.
standing
calls me.
this
Hold on.
monkey.
Yeah, but
You know what?
Nerve.
the
Yeah,
African
he
is
will.
like
I'm gonna
the
let you do your
Arabs
thing.
and
Go
shit.
talk to these fucking niggas.
Facts.
Go
He
ahead.
feeling some
Fuck
type of
you.
way like
Go
he
talk
got
to
the
the
damn
niggas. Let
nerve.
them know what I'm all about and what their fucking rights they
Look.
have.
You want to go back to the house? I'll come
Like
back to you.
like
He
Kenneth
said,
Gold.
go
Go.
back to Africa. Oh,
I told you, sis.
he
Damn.
so did. He said, go back to
I'm gonna let
Africa.
you guys get an education right now.
He said, I'm gonna let
Sis.
you guys get an education. Hold on. He might
Yeah,
be another
yeah.
side to this shit. Hold
No,
on,
no,
talking
I
too
got
much, bro. I gotta hear this shit. Wait a minute. I'm losing
Hey, don't
sight.
say
It's
nothing. Let us
private
hear.
property. You have no
Yeah, I
jurisdiction
gotta
here
hear this
whatsoever.
shit.
I do
None.
when somebody calls me.
Hold on.
Drag me back up.
You know what? Hold on.
Back
Go ahead.
up.
No. I'm
Back
gonna
up,
let you
right?
do your thing. Go talk to these fucking niggers. Go ahead.
Stop,
Fuck you. Go talk to the niggers. Let them know what I'm all about and what their fucking rights they have.
All right. You want to go back to your house? I'll come back to you.
No, I'll stay right here. It's common property.
Okay.
Have a nice night.
You guys
Brandon.
from 1101? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys get an education right now.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll do my job. All right?
No problem.
Who is at 1101? Who's calling? You guys want to step in and talk? Or?
I want him to go away. I don't know him. I want him to leave me alone.
Denise, I'm not going away until your husband stops fucking finding me and threatening me while I'm at
Cagney.
fucking work.
Cagney, cut it out, man.
Oh,
Let me
wait.
talk to them.
Arrest me,
I'm not
Oh, you
listening right
can't.
now. Relax.
you fucking niggers.
Just cut it out, dude. I'll
That's
come
what
talk
you
to
see,
in a minute.
Brandon. 3602 Gramercy Way. Come see me, you
Nobody's
fucking
coming to
monkey.
see you, Cagney. Go home. I'll talk
That's
to you in a
when he
minute.
fucked up. They
Come
didn't
see
arrest
me. They coming too. They came.
I agree.
You had to call the police. Come help me. He wasn't bold then.
So basically, he put his address on public record. He put his shit on
I
public
appreciate
record.
that. Thank you.
Exactly. He put it out there. He said, come see me. He invited people. And they came to see him. So why was the police there to protect him? Was my question.
Protect and serve. Pro-
He invited the guests. He wanted a party. He asked for the party. You ain't hear him?
That shit crazy. Yeah.
Family dinner just got better. Every meal is the best.
Yeah, that
With the
is
standard
crazy.
taco shell, you
Thanks everyone for your input. This was a major story that really rocked my household last night. So I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on the matter, and I appreciate everyone commenting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Stormy. Stormy sent me this information and thought that it was important to talk about because it was kind of crazy. And I hadn't heard of it. I didn't know. I was like, well, no, I hadn't heard of anything of the sort or what was going on with this story. So I wanted to see if you guys heard anything about it. And she was concerned if people were even privy to the information basically. So I was like, okay, let's check it out and see what's going on. But as y'all see, I think it was a little crazy, my dang self. I don't even get it. Like I said, dude was bold. He had a lot of dang nerve. He was doing a whole bunch and yeah, whole bunch. Let me see. But I was looking for something I wanted to share with
Hey,
one of these
excuse me.
papers. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Did y'all see that
Because
white
we talked
militia
about
that
it.
went through Philadelphia on the 4th of July?
Wait, let me
It's like
stop
they
this.
doing it every month to flex their muscle.
Yes, this was around that same area, bro, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. And we
Yeah,
too scared to
Philadelphia,
assemble. That's what pisses
Pennsylvania,
me
and
off
Jersey, they're
about
not
our
far
people.
apart. It's in the same, regions, basically.
Yeah, well, it's right next to
Right?
Philadelphia. Cherry Hill is right next to Philadelphia,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
30
craziness.
miles away.
So what you
But my
saying about it, bro? I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, no problem. Excuse me, I cut you off. But basically, they having these rallies every month, and our people still scared to assemble. We can't even assemble a group. They're doing it every month in different states.
We can though, bro, but we don't be doing it. But just like they just did it then. That's what I'm saying. They just did it. They went there and
So,
showed up at his house like, what's up?
hey,
The police ain't send him home. You didn't see the police telling them people, oh, get out of here. Get out from in front of his house. Go home because they was peaceful. They ain't do shit. They was standing there and letting his ass know what's up. You said show up and we showed out. What you gonna do? So
um,
the police didn't say nothing. They didn't make them people leave. They was just there to make sure they ain't trying to bust in his house and do all that. But they couldn't say shit to them people. Nothing.
the thing did the psyops KKK? Those was police. Did they get a permit? That's the thing. If they got a
Right. Did they
permit,
have a
it's
permit?
psyops. But if they didn't, just showed up and showed out,
Yeah,
that's
they got
what
a
we.
permit. That's how they do it.
Well, look.
They get
That
permits.
was the.
That's how
Yeah.
they
That's
do
the
it, my
knock
brother. We're
on
working with
Damn,
the
what
police.
look.
let
That's
me
the knock on the Grandmaster J. I heard you when you said that you was this close to joining them. The major thing on them, y'all marches are with permission, is scheduled. A real one, you gonna show up and show out. I mean, show up unannounced because it started Stone Mountain, Georgia. That's Clan Village there. You would have really just showed up there. No permit, no scheduling. Okay, well, y'all gonna be here on July 4th. Okay, so we know y'all gonna be here, so we gonna have the streets cleared and shit. That's planned revolution. If you catch my drift, Philly. That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Plan or not plan, we need to start doing it.
They was
fact of the
doing it, the
matter.
fucking Grandmaster, but that was a psyops.
Fact of
That
the
shit, that
matter.
shit failed
I ain't talking about them. I'm
because
That
talking
we.
fake
about
ass
us.
Nick
I ain't
Roll.
I
talking
know
about
He
them. They
us,
do it
but
every month.
we need the military first because y'all know this. Y'all know this. I ain't never been in the army or nothing. Now, if some grassroots off the matrix, all this planning and shit, they out there, but they
Yeah,
probably
they be
feel
having my
like they don't
notification.
need to show and give up their identities if some real shit happen. I mean, I feel what you're saying. Trust me, I feel you, but they out there.
Yeah,
The face of it.
it's a bunch of the fake stuff going
The
on, but
street is the face that needs to get straight. And because I rode with I know what's racist people in construction, but business first. And the man said, hey, the only thing wrong with black people, y'all not organized. That's it. He ain't say nothing about the fear, nothing. He said just y'all ain't organized. That's it.
Facts, brother. Up in the chat. We have Greedy Vegan, Big O. What's going on, brothers? Quentin Emerson, what's up, bro? What's G with you? Copper Tone, you up here with us on the panel. I want to make sure I don't skip nobody, y'all.
Huey, what's up?
Big Philly, you up here
All
with
right.
us. Noble Nuth, Huey P, Grandma, a young Ricky. What's going on, guys? Love you guys so much. Great day, Grandma.
Shit, but
So this crazy. Go ahead, bro.
I love to learn. You know what I'm saying? I missed out. My dad, he Marine, but where I'm at, I probably can't get. But I love to. But this is where the military first, y'all. Militias first, military second, because military was built from the militias. The militias ain't nothing but neighborhood gangs. And they rebel shit gangs. That's
Facts,
didn't you
Emerson.
go to the
We need
military?
a militia. Hell yeah, we need a militia, bro. Facts. JJ, what's going on, bro?
JJ was in the
Facts.
military. Chris
Right.
Fires.
Right.
But
OG.
shit,
Yeah,
Noble.
we got
Shit. You know what I'm
soldiers.
saying?
We need our own
What?
shit. We need to be protecting our own.
Yeah, but I'm saying, look at, we got different parts of the matrix ourselves. You feel me? That it's there. I ain't trained, but shit, I would love to be trained. Hell yeah.
Right. We got enough people to train us, get us right.
Exactly.
And
We got plenty of
getting these
people that's
kids
been
right.
ex-military.
That's right. Getting these kids right, making sure they athletic. These kids be sitting in front of these TVs and things. They don't even get these kids out here, make sure they got enough energy on them, or none of that is what I be seeing a lot of times. These kids got to be athletic, they got to know how to move, they got to be able to take care of themselves. You can't be making these kids scared of knives, scared of guns, all this and that. Oh yeah, that's a terrible thing. And shit ain't a terrible thing if it's gonna save their life one day if you ain't around. You
And
never know
that's
what's
what
gonna happen. You don't
happened.
know what's going on right now, for real. I mean, that's just me. I don't know what nobody else be thinking. But I mean, I think by like 8, 9, they should be at the gun range. Think it's a joke. I'm being dead serious. I'm not just talking or saying nothing, y'all. You know what I mean? Man, don't get me started on none of that. But go ahead, bro. What
Hey,
y'all saying?
but that's what, man, they train at birth, man. They shooting BB guns at birth. And then by the time they 5 could really handle something, or 22. But I feel you, man. We've been trained backwards. They pushed us off the acreage on 5-acre projects. And once the killing, the drugs, all that, the fucked up bloodlines, all that decrease the population, they redo the project, scale them down, and they come back. The same people that own the white people, they just moved out, but they still steady own the inner city, most of the inner cities. They coming back. It's regentrification due to the PPP and the stimmy.
Yep. They
That's
got
what
a
it was
petition
about.
going around talking about $2,000 a month for people to get through this
That's
stimulus.
what it was about. Sorry, this is the transfer of the greatest wealth transfer. The baby boomers, our grandmas, great grandmas dying, and they got land and wealth, passing it on.
Hey, Capitone, well before the PPAs, our people were doing dance challenges. We were teaching our kids how to dance and shake their asses and not how to practice self-defense.
That's right.
But
we were doing selfie challenges.
Selfie challenge. These
but-
kids,
and they were teaching their kids how to prepare for war.
But
well
overall,
before PPA.
When I was lost, hey, we got a chance. We can't leave them. Hey, there's some that's see and just on the middle, ready, but just scared. And there's a lot that's on that side that's gone, but we all awake at different times. You know what I'm saying? We can't feel like we all goody two shoes because then we creating another religion. We have love for them and come on, but till then, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody ain't trying to start another religion, my brother. Motherfuckers trying to get away from religion.
No, but I see, I know, but if we don't try to, as we getting out, trying to leave crumb trails or something, we can't just, we can't, because the universe and shit saved us. I ain't saying that we looking for a new religion, but we need to balance our
That's
outlook
where I said it fucked our people up, my brother.
And
religion fucked our people up, man. That's why they gave us that shit.
So we need love regardless. That's the first fruits of the spirit in the book of Commerce, love. So love is tied to karma. You can do all the good you think, but if it don't align up with the universe, being a good harvester, working the ground, you got to always pay it forward. It's better to give always than receive, not for just us, for the entire.
Right.
But I feel you, Philly. I feel you, my brother. I feel you.
Yeah, most people don't want to do that shit. Who the hell want to give
Because
something
that's
to
the
somebody else?
same thing.
They too busy trying to receive.
That's
Go ahead,
the
brother.
same thing Cook always try to throw. We get rid of one, what we gonna do? We need another one. No, we don't need another religion. You know, that's how they do
I
that
ain't
shit
saying
to
we don't
throw
need
the
no
people
another
off.
religion.
Before
The
there was
new-
religion, they was practicing spiritual principles. You know,
The
and that's
new-
how them religious people try to throw it off. That's why I got on you when you said it. We don't need a new religion. We need to get out of the one we've been practicing for all these
No.
years. And I'll mute up.
What I said is, we can't, as we coming up into more and more weightiness, we have to show love and be kind. Show love. If not, we'll be too bougified on looking down at the loss that probably because of circumstances wasn't built like us to get it. But they still our people. Like my mama, she took the shot. So without my mama, I wouldn't be here. So
damn,
the time what I have now might be the last. So I go around there more and more. That's aspect what I'm saying, man. I love my mama. My mama took the shot. I mean, what's going
We
on
gonna talk about that
for
shot,
me?
hold on, bro. Hold on, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, you good. I was doing something. That's why I was just letting y'all chat, bro. I'm just trying to get your attention because I bring something up real quick. I was looking for something else, but I ran across this album as I was looking for that. So I'm just want to talk a little bit about or show some pictures before I start reading. Continue, but I just want to bring it to y'all attention. I'm going over some stuff real quick. This one has a little information. I'm gonna read this, and then you continue to this, go through the pics till I get to the other section real quick. All right. Okay, this is some information. I'm gonna be showing y'all some stuff. The title of this album that has some certain pictures and information in it is called "The Destruction of America." So this is my one of the short little pieces of information or bits of information I think relates to that. So as you guys know, I can pull things together, go here and there, whatever. So we're gonna start with this. This is a piece of information that was undisclosed by I'm not even sure which president, may have been Roosevelt or somewhere of that sort, but this was some government document information. This particular piece right here is just a zoomed in and cut out piece because I was looking like, what is this saying? And then I zoomed in on it so I could see or read it. So just so you know what we're going to be looking at, it says all information contained in this volume covering properties that may be related to national defense activities is to be treated as strictly confidential by our subscribers and not divulged to any outside interest. The U.S. Espionage Act makes it incumbent upon possessors of information relating to national defense to take all possible precautions to prevent it from falling into the hands of interests inimical to the United States. Now, we all are, United States citizens, so we ain't gonna worry about nobody committing espionage. We just looking at this for our information. So boom, this little piece you guys see right here on this paperwork, right? You guys see this? This paperwork, this right here, this little piece over here in the right-hand corner at the bottom.
Yeah, we see it. I see it. Yep.
That's what I just read. So this is showing, this is basically showing like the area. I'm just gonna, I didn't mean to do that. Why did I do that? Let me go to this. Hold on again. I'm gonna go back to this. So we're gonna, I'm just gonna show the pictures. Y'all keep chatting from here until I get to the next information. Just want y'all to see that. Go ahead, bro. These are pictures from the destruction of Chicago in 1871. The great, if you ever heard of the Great Chicago Fire. These pictures actually came out of newspaper clippings. I actually zoomed in on some of them, trimmed them, and brought them up to see, the pictures a little more in detail. So, that's kind of some of that. But
Hey, what's that, sis? Right there.
this is these are some of the buildings. All these pictures are from the Chicago fire in
Oh,
1871 when they destroyed
okay.
or all the
Wait,
destruction.
pause.
Okay,
Oh,
pause it. Go
sorry.
ahead. All right. No,
Sorry.
go ahead.
All right. Now, what questioned everything? That's Dreads, right? From Bro Sanchez, right?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, all right. That video that I started watching,
Uh-huh.
the fuck, this is a certain type of architectural that was done here that doesn't align with the time. So kind of what I was asking Noble and them on my build last
I
night.
can't hear you, bro. You cut it out.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, I can hear you now. You said what you said. You had cut out.
Rashad, the young man, remember the link I showed you, and then you text back. He's saying that they playing with on time, man. It's like they came into creation the last maybe 400 years. So this style of architect, look, why ain't that? I mean, damn. That's a castle style that
Was tore down.
yeah, I mean, but look at the castle style. It's a certain named architectural style that basically that video saying that somebody built that, been built that, because that's an old
It's old.
building that could have been built standing for 100 years. You feel me?
Right. Oh, longer than that, bro. These some
Longer,
old
yeah.
buildings.
You know what I'm saying?
And
That
this
so
in the
that was supposed to
downtown.
be in Chicago.
Yep, this was Chicago on Wabash Avenue. That's downtown area.
All right. So now, look. Who built
Mhm.
that? Where is the architectural plans? Because it's got to be plans. Because look, that is evenly. You're building shit, so you need surveyors and all to flatly lay the ground. Where
Right.
the fucking John Deere's and shit? Look, I work construction. I was a roller operator. Where the cranes? What?
No,
Where they
no,
at?
no, Copper. This is the
Oh,
destruction. This is when they tore it up after the fire. This was not building it.
oh, but still, when? What year?
In
I mean,
1871.
so still, look, where is the crane from that time? We ain't questioning that shit. Like,
Wait, what you mean? What do you mean?
all right, look, if that was a picture back then from 18 Chicago, supposed to be towed down in 1871, right?
Uh-huh.
That big structure, I thought they didn't start building until the turn of the century. I mean, like that time. Now, where the crane? So that building, that structure had to been up at least what,
Way before
Hey,
that.
hey, Copper Tone.
100 years. Just say 100 years.
At
Just say
least.
what? 1871.
Hey,
Just
Copper
say
Tone.
what? What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
Before
can
the
hear you, Big
crane, they
Philly.
was using what they call them? Scalpels. They was using scalpels before the crane, man. Handmade scalpels.
I ain't
Well
never
before
seen
the
that,
crane.
but it's okay. So
Scalpels are not new.
still,
They've been around for a
the
while.
ground. What leveled the ground? Now I'm still in construction. What leveled the ground? What got that needed pipe work and all? Like that's modern. What leveled the ground? What rolled and leveled the ground out? Huh? What surveyed? I feel you on certain thing, but now the
Okay.
compaction, because that's a major skyscraper. You need major
Right. So
compaction.
what are you saying? What are you saying, brother? You saying that you don't believe that they was real buildings? What are you
No,
saying? What
no,
you got to
no,
say?
no, no, no. Something, some higher shit built this. And because that if Dredd was up here, he'll eat this shit up. I got my eye keening from him. Look, certain grounds, the roadway, what
Mhm.
it's asphalt over here. I found that out. Wow, but it's advanced and something been playing with time because that jit said that Becky, when she was coming more and more into civilization, she put some magic on because look at the classic Moore photographs. When she came more and more, it's certain things that he was saying. I watched damn near the whole thing that the 4th of July was officially when they won the war because you know the Moors or that entity wrote the Constitution and helped all that. So they had a key on all that, but he's saying that the Anunnaki is two sets of Anunnaki, and these motherfuckers came into existence like the last 300 to 400 years because on the ancient maps, like from the 1700s or whatever, this is emblems, this is truth, this is evidence. I seen a white man, a white dude with a tail.
Oh yeah.
It's
They be born with it.
underground cities in
That's
Los
underground. What's
Angeles.
going on right here?
Yeah, but it's some shit that some higher shit that we've been so working and we ain't never gonna question that. But
Hey,
what
Capitone,
modern? Mm-hmm.
those
Yeah.
underground cities in Vegas, they bought them in case of floods. They built them in case of floods. They would
The Los Angeles.
tunnelway.
Los Angeles has an underground. All
Yeah,
them movies or alien type movies deal with Los Angeles. It's underground shit that we don't know that you gonna say myth. You gonna say myth, but I say other. You gonna say
I'm
myth
not going to
and
say myth because we've been know about underground cities, my brother. But what I was trying to tell you, the John you talk about in Vegas, they used it in case of floods, and people started moving in there. I know the underground city that you're talking about. You
so
can
it's other.
bring it up on Google, and basically they built them in case a bunch of water came in. They'll be able to basically they'll be able to detour the waters, and motherfuckers just started living in there.
But now all of the minings around the mountains, man, there's others, man. There's others, man.
I
I seen
totally
the white.
agree with you. Yes,
So
Tesla built
okay,
in the city underground. I totally agree with you.
okay.
Chat.
Nah. I was about to stand on the square only because it's myth, burn the myth. Okay. Peace, man, peace.
Only thing I say is burn the religious artifacts, my brother. Everything else we can look over.
Okay. Peace, man, peace.
Yeah. Actually, this is not the album I thought it was, guys. My bad. I'm gonna have to stop screaming. Let me find the right one before I do this. But yeah, this it's a lot of stuff. They still be finding people. Trump, when he was in presidency, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, he hired literally heard about the cities, right? He hired a general in this a small portion of the army or something, and they literally went underground and found like all these people that's been living under there for who knows how long. In New York City, did y'all hear about that a couple years ago? Like 2.5, 3 years ago?
Yes, ma'am. Under what they call that park? The park where
I
they say
forgot the
them
name
put.
of it.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it either. But yeah, they say it's a big city under that park.
Yep. And they went under there, found all these people, kids that's been born under there, done grew up under there, never seen the light of day, all
But
kind of craziness.
but we already know they're under there because of the subway systems.
Yep.
Every city that has a subway system,
Yep.
they under there.
Chicago too.
Philadelphia,
Yep.
there's plenty of them. So we know about the underground city.
Yes. Native American names for the spirit. Do I want to read this? Save this for something else. I don't want to get into the indigenous Moor stuff because that'd be crazy. People be getting upset and offended when you're talking
It
about
was
certain
Central
stuff.
Park in New York. That's what it was
Central
called,
Park.
Central Park.
Perfect. Yes, brother. That's exactly it. Let's talk about this a little bit
So
more.
that's possibly why they was looking for Bigfoot for the $2 million. They wanted him alive. They wanted somebody to catch him alive so they could get some DNA for the others. Hey, get the content up. Hey, come on now. Come on. I went too
Distractions.
in.
Now I was
Y'all
waiting
like,
on
share,
Sister
subscribe
Soul.
now.
I was waiting on Sister Soul to get her information, and that's why I muted. I didn't know how soon she was gonna be back with her information.
I got it, brother. I got it.
Oh,
No,
you
I
got
got
it?
it.
You
I'm
back?
trying to share
Oh,
the
okay.
screen.
I'm just saying. I Kobe this motherfucker.
I know, bro. Yeah. I'm putting it up now. I was finna, okay, here we go. right, here she goes. Y'all keep talking about the underground city. I'm gonna lead into some other stuff. If you had something else to say real quick before I start reading, because this gonna be some reading real quick. Ancient worlds, mythologies, things of that nature. Ooh, I kind of cut this off. I hope I can kind of fidget through this word. See, I don't like stuff like this, but I'm gonna make it work. But this is one of the old ancient world maps, y'all. I know y'all probably seen this before. If not, y'all at least seen the center part right here with the four corners in it, right? And then I'm going to go here and start to read. We're gonna get a little history on some of this ancient mythology stuff. I want to show y'all some stuff that ties in together, which people be thinking like, certain things don't have to do with this, but sometimes there's a lot of truth in some stuff. But we just gonna talk about some things that are known as so-called history, right? Whether people believe in stories or whatever. When it comes to that, let me just start with this. It says the ancient world mythologies regarding a magnetic mountain, the mountain which is the center, is what they have. This is what the ancients talked about. Um, Four directional rivers and other more fantastical features at the North Pole are shockingly consistent. But what did the earliest known explorers, historians, and cartographers have to say about the subject? Pytheas, the earliest recorded explorer of the North Pole in the 4th century BC, claimed to discover an island he called Thule, the farthest northern land, and gave an account sounding straight out of ancient mythology. In his lost book entitled On the Ocean, Pytheas wrote the island was more than 40,000 stadia, and in this region longer there was no longer either long, properly so called, or sea or air, but a kind of substance created from all these elements, resembling a sea lungs, a thing which the earth, the sea, and all the elements are held in. Okay, hold on. Let's go down. Go to the part. I don't even know where I was at. All the elements are in. Let me go down a little further. Okay. All right. Okay, a thing with the earth, the sea, and all the elements are held in suspension. In this, let me read that part again. I got lost when trying to figure it out. Okay. And in this region, there was no longer either land, property, so called, or sea or air, but a kind of substance. That sounds like I skipped something. Hold on, let me go back. In his lost book entitled On the Ocean, Pytheas wrote the island was more than 40,000 stadia, and in this region there was no longer either land, property, so called, or sea or air, but a kind of substance concreted from all these elements, resembling a sea lungs, a thing which the earth, the sea, and all the elements are held in suspension. And this is a sort of bond to hold all together, which you can neither walk nor sail upon. Pytheas claimed upon reaching the northernmost point accessible that land, air, and water somehow became like one substance, similar to a jellyfish, and was completely impassable. Hmm. Okay, can minimize this. Keep reading this a little bit, see what they talking about. All right. All right. Little remains of Pyth. I hope I'm saying this name correct. I'm not real familiar with all these Greek people. Pythias. If you guys are familiar, you know who I'm talking about. Little remains of Pythias' original account, but secondhand resources like Strabo inform us regarding the inhabitants of the surrounding northern islands. He said that of the animals and domesticated fruits, there is an utter dearth of some and scarcity of others, and that the people live on millet and other herbs, and on fruits and roots, and where there are grain and honey, and people get their beverage also from them. All for the grain, he says. Since they have no pure sunshine, they pound it out in large storehouses. At the first gathering in the ears, thither for the threshing floors become useless because of the lack of sunshine and because of the rains. Now, before I go further, are you familiar with any of this information, Copper? And as this relates to what you guys were talking about with these underground worlds or towns? Y'all were talking about towns now, but this is just taking it a little further into some other stuff. Would you have anything to say about that, or keep going?
Proceed.
Okay. All right. It says, Pliny the Elder also wrote of Pythia's journey in his Naturalis Historia. Something else that you guys might want to look into. um, and this was involved. This was in volume 4, verse 16, stating that on summer days, the sun approached nearer to the top of the world, owing to a natural circuit of light. The underlying parts of the earth have continuous days for 6 months at a time, and continuous nights when the sun has withdrawn in the opposite direction toward the winter. Pythias or Mariellus writes that this occurs in the islands of Thule, 6 days voyage north from Britain. Pythias says 6 days voyage north from Britain. Pythias states that north of Britain, the tides rise 800 cubits, the more remote of all of Thule, in which we have pointed out that there are no nights at midsummer, when the sun is passing through the sign of the crab, and on the other hand, no days at midnight. Indeed, some writers think this is the case for periods of 6. All right, let's get to the next page, guys.
Can I say something real quick, sister?
Definitely, bro. Go get it.
Yeah, that's how they describe the North Pole now. They have the long winter where the sun don't go down. Then they had the short summers where the sun stays up, and the long winters when the sun don't rise. That's
Exactly.
describing
In
the
Alaska.
North Pole, all that area. Go ahead, sister.
Yes, in Alaska. They have the same thing.
Yes.
Okay, so let's zoom in on this. We're gonna read a little more. I'm hoping I didn't skip some because it seemed like this is after that 6, something else should have been said, but we'll find out in a second. Okay. Okay, there it is. Perfect. All right. I thought I missed something. Okay. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Okay, owing to a natural circuit of light and the underlying parts of the earth have continuous days for 6 months at a time and continuous nights when the sun has withdrawn in the opposite direction toward the winter. Pythias of Marcellus writes that this occurs in the island of the Thule, 6 days voyage north from Britain. Pythias writes, didn't we read this? Hold on, I'm tripping. Road of the Thule, case of the 6, okay, the 6 months at a time without a break. One day sail from the Thule is the frozen ocean called by some the Cronian Sea. Now, I'm not familiar with the Cronian Sea, either you guys or no?
No, ma'am, never heard of it.
Never heard of it. I'm gonna have to look that up. I read this before, but for some reason that didn't stand out to me because I would have had that information. Sorry, I don't have it, guys. But it says that Thule is the frozen ocean called by some the Cronian Sea. I would assume that, let me just use my brain, I can't do that. I would assume that the Cronian Sea has something to do with the Alaska area, something to do with the Antarctica area, somewhere over in there. Saying that, and it's saying that it is Cronian. Another thing when I'm thinking about the frozen in time, how I talk about that before about using the ice and the things, just like how now they have this shot where it has to be to the 0 temperatures. And then it's saying something about the Cronian Sea is making me think about the brain and the mind and something being frozen in that area or whatever. I'm not saying that it is related, but that's just coming to my mind. But as far as that, let's keep it moving down a little bit and go on to this. Okay. Okay, the earliest voyage to the north is that claimed by for Pytheas, the distinguished Phoenician. Here we go, talking about these Phoenician astronomer and geographic of Marsilius, who flourished in 320 BC. His works were extant in the 5th century, but are no longer found. Pliny and Eratosthenes gave full credit to his narrations, though Strabo shows great hostility to Pythias, who's, oh, I wish I knew these names. Seem like I'm saying them so wrong. It sounds crazy. Whose accounts he refused to receive, saying that he made use of his acquaintance with astronomy and mathematics to fabricate his false narrative. Pliny, however, with more reason, thought that he employed his knowledge in practical exploration. The latest editor of Strabo does not share in his author's doubt. According to Pliny and others, Pytheas sailed through the Straits of Gibraltar, making his way north to the British Isles. Whether it was the custom of his countrymen to resort and, after traveling over England on foot, proceeded northward to a place called Thule. I wonder if this is Turtle Island. 6 days sail from the northern part of Britain. Benjamin Franklin de Costa, Inventio Fortunae, Arctic exploration with an account of Nicholas of Lynn. So yes, I see this may have something to do with the Antarctica. It's what we just see here. Let's see, is there anything else under there? Arctic exploration with the account of Nicholas of Lynn, whoever that is. I'm not familiar with Nicholas of Lynn. If you guys have anything to say about that, you familiar with any of these people? Because I'm not.
No, man. All
Okay.
that on the other side of the Arctic is Russia. Russia starts right on the other side of the Arctic.
And it's freezing there too.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I skipped a couple of things, but we're gonna get to this. I want to read this real quick. It says in 1035 AD, Archbishop Adalbert, the vicar of Scandinavia, sent a team of. Oh, I'm looking like why I'm tired to read this. Let me put this in a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. After which Adam the Brimmer recorded their experiences in the book Gesta, Hammond Burgeness Ecclesia Pontificum, similar to accounts of the Hyperboreans, and I just was saying it about the Boreolas. The Frisian explorers claimed to reach an island where they encountered giant human beings living in caves. Now, I talked about this the other day. Somebody was talking about I was crazy, and this was just something I, heard, and I was just, going over the information, saying it could have been a story, but that's neither here nor there. Um, so okay, let me see. Where they encountered the giant human beings living in caves and underground hollows. The giants' domiciles were adorned in gold and precious metals, which some of the Frisians stupidly attempted to steal and were swiftly chased back to their boats, minus one of their comrades caught by a giant who in a twinkling tore him to pieces before their eyes. Now, this might sound like it's an unbelievable story, but listen, y'all, y'all read into some other things. A lot of this stuff people think, oh, these be from these Greek mythology, this, and that, but y'all don't really understand a lot of things that are going on and that have gone on, certain things with our ancestors when they were in before we were like pressed down, basically, pressed into this area, condensed. There's so much been going on with us in our mind state, our physical being, our ancestry. Our ancestors were giants. They were the giants. I mean, listen. I'm not gonna get into all this about how I feel on this, but these are certain facts, and there's so many different stories that coincide where it's like you really got to read between the lines, even in the Bible. In in Daniel 4, I thought it was 2, but I think it's 4. In Daniel 4, it even talks about the trees that reach the heavens. I know y'all not Bible thumpers, but some of this information I be telling y'all be important. It be giving y'all clues and stuff, but you just have to read certain things and get what you can out of it. See what it's talking about, figure it out, because there are a lot of truth in between the lies. So, like I said, in Daniel 4, it talks about the trees that reach the heavens. So these trees are thousands of feet tall. There are other incidents where, people talk about the giants. People always try to figure out, oh, how was the pyramids built? This, and that. Those was like, I mean, they was just like bricks to them. I mean, come on, y'all got to figure this shit out. Use y'all head with some of this stuff. I don't want to get started on that, but I don't know. There's a lot when it comes to that. We have the stories of the Nephilim. Obviously, we have the stories of everything that's going on. The angels that had the sex with the demons, and all these different stories. So the demons, rather, or the what is it, Satan and his followers that came down and had the sex with the humans and created the Nephilim. So we have all these stories. Where are these stories coming from? Where do people imaginate all these different things from, and so on and so forth? But you guys know I'm not gonna get into that right now, because y'all know I go totally off from what we're reading right now, because this is only a part of that. They brought it up, I didn't. But when it comes to that, we got to remember, guys, that we are being pressed down out of the state of where our ancestors came from. We have power within us. We have certain things, and because this information was portrayed and given away back in time, our ancestors have paid the price for that, and a lot of our information was disseminated, destroyed. A lot of these wars and all that. It's crazy how Copper was talking about that, because what that's showing me, Vegan, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the platform. Appreciate you for coming up. So what that's showing us, guys, is that, listen, some of these things make sense. You have to look at the stories and figure it out. The superhero stories, the this, the that. All these things are facts. When we think about these things, we have to know that inside of us, there's something very powerful that's being pushed down. So people are focused on other things, and continuing to live in this false ascension, and thinking that this is it. This is all. Oh yeah, this is, let me live my best life. When I die, there's nothing else. Shit, this ain't nothing compared to what you are. This is nothing compared to what our ancestors were. They literally were walking giants, guys. Like the trees and things we looking at now, these like what was like grass thistles to them. These people are like 30, 40, 50 feet tall. They had connections literally to this universe. I believe this. I don't know if nobody else believes. I'm just gonna run this by y'all. Y'all can think it a story. Y'all can think it true. Y'all can read up stories, look into Greek mythology, look into a whole bunch of things. Even this right here, what we reading right now. And I didn't even think it was gonna bring this up, but we were talking about the underground cities. I said, let me just go ahead and go on that. You know what I'm saying? They had so many different attributes, because being the gods within, because we were literally connected to the source, the real source. Y'all know the Jack and the Beanstalk story? That right there is, the dimensions that our people would just go to. Oh, let me go up here to the fifth dimension. Just climb on up here and go on. Listen, they were connected to the trees. The trees held information. The trees held the information that connected to everything that was from our ancestors past, and bringing all that stuff together. All this stuff is a part of the. Listen, y'all, I don't want to go too deep, because y'all already know it'll be too much. But I'm gonna talk about that one day. I'm definitely gonna do a build on that, because it's very important. And people think take this alien and this, all these weird stories, and they, oh yeah, this sounds like this sounds like that, but y'all got to read the truth between the lines and know what's truth and what's fictional and what's fact. If y'all only knew the power and the strength that y'all had within yourself, y'all wouldn't even be questioning none of this, because y'all will know, well, shit, this is what I got. Imagine what they had back then, when they had nothing cutting nothing off from, when they have nothing disseminating their souls, disseminating their spirits, disseminating their physical body with these chemicals and these false lights and these technical, man. Listen, let me finish reading this real quick. Real quick, since we done went on, Greedy, did you have something to say on any of that, bro, before we start reading the rest of this, bro?
No, no, I'm just tapping in. I've been in the chat. I've been listening. Great build. I'm just tapping in. Peace,
All right.
everyone.
Peace, bro. All right, so boom, let's get to this real quick. So they said the giants' domiciles were adorned in gold and precious metals, which came of the Frisians. Stupidly they attempted to steal some stuff. Obviously, swiftly they were chased back to the boats, minus one of their comrades caught by a giant, who in the twinkle they discouraged. They got rid of his behind. He was doing too much. Obviously, they never reached the North Pole or the magnetic mountain. The magnetic mountain, but did encounter an incredible feature long alleged to surround them. Ancient Norse legend states that a gigantic, violent millstorm, a whirlpool known as I don't even know what this is known as. I never heard this word. A Hever Gilmer, a Bergomer. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, guys, but if anybody's heard that word, y'all know what it is. Or the world's well. They said this is, I've heard of the world's well before. So this, I guess this is the word, the proper pronunciation for it, which I can't pronounce. Hergermel. The world's well surrounds the polar mountain and via 4-6 hour daily cycles of pushing and pulling through subterranean channels cause the rising and falling of tides on Earth. The rise and fall of the tides. All right. Adam of Brenner recounts the Frisian explorer's deadly encounter with his abysmal chasm. As such, of a sudden, they fell into that numbing ocean's dark mist, which could hardly be penetrated with the eyes. And behold, the current of the fluctuating ocean world. Interesting. Let's get to the next page here, see what they're talking about. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not reading the same part. The world, where we at? Okay, I think this is a double page, and this was something for the picture. Let me go down, guys. Make sure we're not reading the same thing. I actually might even go past that. The whirlpool. Okay, let's read this. I don't want to read this. When I say it's a lot of these pages, guys, but I just want y'all to get some of this information from this ancient history stuff. So, all right, let's get into this real quick. It's talking about the whirlpool. Gets a little more in depth. All right. All right. Let's look at this map here. So this is the whirlpool, guys. Right here. I hear them always talking about these snakes. This is some kind of picture. In the picture is showing something about this snake, and I don't know what that has to do with. It's showing all these different older names. Let's see if we can zoom in a little more on that because I want to see that a little more in detail. Okay, let's see. So here's the whirlpool. So this is one of those old, this is an old map. I'm not sure which one, so don't get me to lying. But this is showing that whirlpool right here. So obviously, they would let people know that this was, this was there, and to be careful of the area, so on and so forth. So it's not nothing that's just
Would
a
you,
made up story, I would think.
hey, would you call that like a tornado or a hurricane or something like that?
Right. Yeah, bro. It said the name. I forgot that weird name, Hell's Myth or something, but they called it the world's well or something. So I guess it's supposed to be oh, you know what it probably is? The Bermuda Triangle. You know how they talk about the Bermuda Triangle, people go over it and then they sink and you never see them again and they don't know what happened to them. That's probably what this was, but they didn't call it that. This is what it was then.
Mm.
Hey, Sister
That's kind of
Soul,
what that looks like. Yeah, yeah, bro.
Alaska has a triangle also that people don't know about or talk about. You can bring it up later. The Alaskan Triangle.
The Alaskan Triangle. And check this out. The magnetic. Now check this out. You just said that. So remember, they also have the 6 months of the light, the light and the what have you. So that's crazy. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, I look at a show called Life Below Zero, and they talk about mysterious things happen. People come up missing.
Mm,
In the mountains because it's all a bunch of mountains and valleys
yeah.
and
All those
and
mystical
waterways.
places. All the mystical places, they talk about all these mystical places in these fairy tales. Like I said, Jack and the Beanstalk is part of our story. They had so many different things, these mystical gardens and all this stuff with things. We literally had where we could talk to the trees and all this, the energy, because the energy was the same. That's the difference now. Everything is cut off from natural and what's real energy and pure energy. We're not connected to real pure energy right now. We're caught up in all this fake stuff, so nobody can connect to the realness. But that's a whole nother story. Like I said, my mind be on that most of the time. Okay, the whirlpool was also mentioned in another late 12th century work, Historia Norwegia. where the author, an anonymous Norwegian monk, gives a particularly detailed description stating the greatest of all whirlpools is to be found there, which engulfs the strongest ships, sucking them in an ebb tide and spewing out their fragments with the belch at flood tide. There is a very deep abyss in the earth itself, and alongside it are open-mouthed caverns containing. Let's see what they're containing. Caverns containing winds, which are said to be brought forth by the breathing of the water. By the breathing of the water, we be talking about that. I told you I want to do a live about just about the life in the water, because man, it's crazy. The breathing of the water, and these are the breath of gales. Indeed, by their breathing, these winds draw to them the waters of the sea through hidden passages in the earth. They shut them up in the vaults of the abyss, and then by the same force drive them out again, causing sea surges, spates, and the whirling of water spouts. Earthquakes also occur and various discharges of vapor and conflagration for for when for when the wind's breath held in the cheeks of earth. Lord, Huey P really need to be up here. Y'all hear how they talking about this earth like a body? For real, really talking about the body earth. This is like literally, this is crazy. Um, earthquake also occur in various discharges of vapor and configuration for when the wind's breath held in the cheeks of earth presses to burst out. It shakes the foundation of the world with a dreadful roaring and forces it to tremble. So when the wind's breath contends with fire in the earth's interior, then even in mid-ocean, the depths are fissured and smoky exhalations and surplus flames are seen to emerge. Those are the volcanoes, huh?
See, all this to me sound like basically natural what they call natural disasters or
Yeah,
natural devastations like earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, all that. That's what that sounds like.
right. But they describing it. You see how they describing it though, bro?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds so
they
different.
got a profound way of breaking it down.
And it's because to me, it would seem like back then, obviously, they were more closer to nature. So they felt it in them to describe it this way because this is the way they connected to it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I do understand what you're saying because back then, like we always say nowadays and shit, like back then, the internet and the TV was the one for them.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they studied everything through experience and in HD, right there through the lens of the eye. Wasn't no damn screen and shit, no tablet, no Google, no
Exactly.
Right.
no Yahoo search and all that shit.
Facts, brother.
Yeah, but you got it, sister. Damn, that's powerful.
Yeah, so it says, let's see here. By the 13th century AD, the idea of the magnetic mountain, and they keep saying that magnetic mountain at the North Pole was widely known enough that Italian poet Guido Guanazella actually used it as a simile for the power of his woman's love. Hmm. The section from his poem, Madonna, The Fine Love I Give You, translated reads, in that land beneath the north wind are the magnetic mountains, which transmit to the air their power to attract the iron. But because it is far away, it needs help from a similar stone to make the compass needle turn toward the pole star. In the 14th century, two lost books, Invenito Fortunata by Nicholas D. Lynn and the Itinerarium of Jacobus Knoyen mention the magnetic mountain. Four directional rivers and encircling whirlpools said the change every 6 hours, causing the tides, comparing them to the breath of God at the navel of the earth.
Hey,
That sounds
Sister
good.
Soul.
Yes, brother.
And what's that Aurora Boreal is over
Yep, the
there
Aureola
also?
Boreola. Yep.
Is over there, and they consider that uh, 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 a phenomenon.
And I consider that where all the spirits at, but yeah. They be sitting over there. Um, it says the breath of God at the navel of the earth, inhaling and exhaling the great seas. Many many citations from the two books are made by more modern resources, but surviving copies have unfortunately all been lost to antiquity. Of course, why would they be like anything else? Let's see. Let's go to the next page here. Somebody wrote a book called The Magnetic Mountain, Stormy says. In the back, let's see. Let's just read this. Okay, Nicholas de Linde was an English Mennonite friar of Oxford, a mathematician, astronomer, and explorer who lived from 1330 to 1390. He was fascinated by the astrolabe. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that word looks familiar, and actually proceeded several of them for patrons in his own personal use. John of Gaunt, Duke of Lancaster, even compassioned Nicholas to produce an astrolabe and calendarium of complete astronomical tables covering 1387 to 1463, which were later used to create nautical almanacs, which we use now to this day. For this, Nicholas became famously known as the man with the astrolabe. Do y'all know that word? For some reason, I'm not familiar with it. Am I saying it right? Astrolabe, astrolabe. Anybody else familiar with it? Okay. And was even complimented and lauded as an astronomical genius by Geoffrey Chaucer in his treatise on the astrolabe. His his entry, let's see, his esteem as a knowledgeable astronomer and navigator soon reached King Edward III, who in the early 1360s sent Nicholas a team of ships to explore the Arctic. Now, when it comes to that, I want to know what this is. Astrolabe. It's astrology. Let's see. It's an instrument formerly used to make astronomical measurements. Okay, so it's pronounced astrolabe. Okay, and it is an instrument that's formerly used to make astronomical measurements, typically on the altitude of celestial bodies, and in navigation for calculations latitude before the development of the sextant. And its basic form was known from classical times. It consists of a disc with the edge marked in degrees and a pivoted pointer. So it looks kind of like the compass, and it looks kind of like the old world like clocks or what have you, so on and so forth. Okay. All right, so this says da, 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 da. We just read that part. Okay, so let me go to the next page here. Okay, sorry about the pause, y'all. I wanted to go back here and finish reading this part. Another part of that I think is important. Any of the type of early scientific instruments used for reckoning time and for observation of the four corners right there. Still had that center. Okay, let's see. Okay. The work by which Nicholas of Lynn, did we read this part? Is nevertheless clear that they were activity upon the Edward III. Yeah, we did read this. Hold on, let me see. This was the one that has the picture in it. Yeah, that's crazy. So let's see, we can go past that part. Let me see if there's some interest in the chat about on this before. I don't want to read too much and make this too boring, guys, because y'all know we just kind of get a gist of this. I just had to pull this up when we went to talk about these underground cities and stuff. Universal Sailor, Cognito, Orbis, published edited Summit 15 shows the islands around the North Pole. This is just another map. This is a world map by Johannes Roche, and he was the Universal Sailor Incognito Orbis Tubula. And this was published in an edition of the Ptolemy's Geographia in Rome in 1508, and it shows the 4 islands around the North Pole as well. Two, the one north of Greenland and its opposite across the pole are labeled Insula Deserta. The one north of Europe is that of the Hyperboreans, which is obviously where the Aureola Borealis are.
That's
And
going to. Hey, so excuse me. I don't
no,
mean to
go
cut
ahead, bro.
you off. That see this time to what you read now, and I kind of remember going into let me see, because the Greeks and the Romans paid a lot of homage to Plato
Mm.
and his works and his writings and stuff like that, like Flavius and them and stuff like that. All these people were considered to be of this so-called race of Aryans, and Aryans was a race. I don't know if I'm not sure. That's something to look into, but they were a race that either came after or before the Hyperborean race, and that right there and shit, and all that shit tied to the. If all this is tied to the North Pole, and the magnetic mountain around that joint, then a lot of what they told us in history and shit really is fucking what they call pseudo as hell. Shit. Because that's something, you know what, that's the conversation we was getting into about those the 7 root races.
Okay. I figured that. It sounded like that.
The 7 root races and shit. That's what all that kind of tie into and shit. Something dealing with the
Talking about all the polar regions and the North Pole.
yeah. It
Yeah,
don't
bro.
it
Like I
don't
said,
really
we
base
gotta eat the what you call eat the meat and spit out the bones with this stuff, right? Now, the part that I'm looking at, if you see on all these maps, all these different stories, they all keep talking about the information on these poles, right? It
right.
started on talking about the underground people that was living under the ground and how they was eating and all that, and then it went into talking about different stuff. It went into talking about that whirlwind thing, which I believe is probably where that Bermuda Triangle is, or either that Alaskan Triangle that Big Philly was talking about. So we looking at like the stuff they were talking about way back then when they talking about these areas, and we looking at these maps, even when like stuff was connected for these maps and stuff show like when areas were connected before they broke off, and that ain't this country, that country, all that type of stuff. That's kind of what I'm looking at when it comes to this. Because all this stuff
Yeah.
they saying, I don't know. I do believe that with the giant part. I mean, because that's on some old whole nother tip of something I was just talking about 2 days ago. But like I said, I don't believe everything that I read when it comes to
Right.
information, but a
Right.
lot of it, when you read it, it does help, because when you read it, you can compare it to other information, and you can kind of say, well, this is similar, and you kind of see where some of this stuff may sound a little false, and some of it may ring true to what's going on now, or what you see from your inner self and can understand, or what you feel from current events, or things that we look at or see, or you know what I'm saying, bro?
Right. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because I'm definitely just we just browsing, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this because they all what I'm tripping on is they all keep talking about this magnetic pole. They keep talking about the four, they showing the maps of the four, these four corners all around there. And most of these maps show everything together. So this was before everything was broken off. So I do, I am kind of like looking at that type of stuff. So, and y'all too, y'all jump in just like you did, bro, with anything. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
going. Here go another one. Let's kind of zoom in on this map. Here go another one they got that was let's see what this says. Okay, so this is Nova, let me see. Nova et Integra, some map from 1531. And now this shows everything flat. To me, it looks flat. It's all one surface.
And
And it looks
that's that same map as the Mercator map, the North Pole map. You can see Mount Meru in the middle where that triangle was pointing at, and you can see the
Yep.
yep.
four lands centered around that mountain.
Yep, everything. And look, everything was together. This the
Right.
only thing that's separated over here.
Hmm.
Let me see if anything to read here, or I'm gonna go. Okay, now we'll just go to the next. We kind of can look at the different maps because the information's got the different maps in it. This one right here. This one kind of looks the same. This one was later. Somebody did like 35 years later, I think. That one's in 1540. 1540 something. And this one is in 1570. So like 26 years later. And this one kind of it still looks like stuff was like twisted or something on this one. Don't it look like it's a little twisted more so? On the other side, it looks like it's on the other side versus the way it was showing before. This
Right.
may be, oh, you know what? This may be when they turned the map upside down around this time. Because this looks totally different. This is everything that was on the right was on the left, and now that's on the left is on the right. Now you can see right here where this United States is, right here. Yeah, it flipped. This is when the map flipped around that
Right.
time, obviously. We see that by ourselves. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Which I already, I've been saying that mess for the longest, and because it sounds crazy, but it's the damn truth, and that's the proof of it right there. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
The famous map maker who ever lived, and likely the only person in the history of cartography to become a household name, was Gregorius Mercator, known for his meticulous accuracy and responsibility for the popular Mercator projection, lived from 1512 to 1594, and created hundreds of detailed maps. The year after his death in 1595, his family compiled his life's work into an atlas, which included never before released reproductions of Nicholas D. Land's map of the polar regions, specifically the Septentrionalian Terram Descripto. This incredible map shows the polar magnetic mountain said to be the highest in the world, named the Rupels Niagara, encircling Whirlpool Fort, directional rivers, and surrounding islands in fine detail, along with several revealing inscriptions. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Get the picture pulled up so we can really see. Rashad, peace, brother. Thanks so much for joining us. What's going on, Rashad? How you doing? Yeah, we're gonna zoom this in, guys, so we can get a good look. Even though I can't read none of this Spanish stuff. We
I
can't
just,
see the writing. You
yeah, I
can,
just
bro?
know one land on there I do remember says pygmies. One land, I don't know exactly where. Yeah, right there on the bottom right, that bottom right corner.
Yep, that's the pygmy.
See? And that says Newlant. Yep, pygmy, what does that says? The baritone of yeah, it's like some kind of French or
Right.
something language. But yeah, it does show say it. Look at that. And look at this map. And they showing this mountain, this magnetic mountain, the magnetic mountain. Mm.
And see when you look at the Like, would you consider that? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. You will consider that water all around that mountain,
Right.
and you see how it has the four streams.
Right. Would it be water though, bro, or you think it might be the ice? Because I'm thinking like the area.
Oh,
Where is
ice.
it?
Yeah, but it definitely has four streams leading outward in all directions.
Right.
But what you can realize is that yes, most of that is ice, but it's still water underneath of most
Right.
of it.
Right.
Right. Right. Because it stayed. Yeah.
And it's probably leading right out into all the main oceans that
Right.
eventually goes into the other lands. Like, see, that map is basically like focused centrally on the North Pole and that mountain.
Yep,
But once you get out, if you would expand that map, then you would begin start to see the other land masses and stuff like that.
Right.
So
See.
that right there is technically or supposed to be the center of our plane.
What you say, Greedy?
Would we look at that as the exact center of this plane? Of this plane?
Right.
hmm
Supposedly, according to them, the map. That's what they say.
Yeah, I would
and
love.
know what I
I would
wanted to
just
say real quick.
go
You
ahead.
know, they haven't. These governments haven't respected no other treaty except for that Alaskan treaty.
Right,
No one has never broken that treaty out of all the treaties that they have, still
right.
to the day.
And
Peace, brother.
it's a certain amount of nations that's under that treaty. It's a certain amount. I think it's maybe 10,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. Maybe 10, 9, something like that. It's a certain amount of nations. I know it's like New Zealand, of course, the United States, certain nations in Africa, nation in China,
Russia.
Asia, yeah, Russia,
Dang.
yeah, and stuff like that and shit. But regardless of, like you said, OG, it don't matter who's beefing with who. This land can bomb that land. These people can aid these people in that war, and start and trigger other beefs and wars and stuff like that. But it don't never put any type of friction in that treaty though, in that motherfucking Antarctic treaty.
Exactly.
Right. Because why that treaty is some more lie. Talking about what somebody can't do. Who the hell can't go there? We do what we want to do. Y'all don't
Yeah,
own nothing. Who are y'all to say what y'all own? Y'all don't own this land. They do not own that. Talking about a treaty. A treaty with who? This one. Let me
right.
pull this up. This is 94 one. Let's see. See what this talking about, y'all, right quick. It says This also with this whirlpool. Reasons for the straight passage and violent course is never frozen. It says never frozen. Other on the back of the Greenland being 37 leagues long, has 3 inlets and remaineth frozen 3 months yearly. Between these, so in the wintertime, basically, between two lieth an island on the north in Lipa and Barium, inhabited, as they say, by pygmies. And so that was what you was pointing out, bro, that area right there. So that's the area they're talking about. The tallest them not I was showing that earlier too when I was flicking through the pictures. I meant to stop in and show that. It was showing the pygmies in Cuba where people talk, oh, them Mexicans and they ain't got nothing to do with that. This, and that. Y'all need to stop that shit. But the pygmies and the tallest of them not above 4 feet high. A certain scholar of Oxford reported that these four Euripi are carried with such furious violence towards some gulf in which they finally swallowed up. They finally swallowed up that no ship is able with never so strong a gale to stem the current, to stem the current, and yet there is never so strong a wind as to blow a windmill. Okay, so we see the map. So this is a 1594 map. Now look how it changed since the other map. That was what, 20 some years prior?
Right. Like you said, sis, you hit it on the nose and shit. It's in reverse now. It's upside down.
Yep. You see it, bro? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So the map was
Yep.
was reversed in the 1500s.
Yep. In the 1500s, that's when they did it. Can y'all brothers hold down for 2 seconds? I got to get a drink. My mouth getting a little dry.
Yeah,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, sister. We got you.
Please do. I'll be right back. All right. Well, y'all talk about this because this crazy. The whole thing switched around. And then look at this too. Which I just noticed. Now before, remember how we were saying everything was together, then the other part was over there on everybody was showing like a one single map. The other map, even before this one, was showing like the difference, like two double. Why is this like a double map? And is these supposedly two different? They look a little similar, but they look different. I don't know if y'all talk about that real quick, but I'll be right back. I'm listening.
Yeah, but I think it is. I think it's two different maps. I think that they put two maps side by side to show one map is showing the side of the Americas, and the other map is showing the side of like Eurasia and Africa and all that. That's what I think it is. That's what I'm looking at. But it's showing you at the top of those maps though is where those arrows is pointing at is the where that mountain is, where Mount Meru is. And you
Mm-hmm.
remember we were talking about how it had those passages where you can go out into the next lands, and you can
Yeah.
see how people end up getting into the Americas, and how people end up getting into Europe and Africa and all those lands on that side, and you could see it and shit from the beginning. If that's the way that it went down and shit, if the real what they call motherland or the foundation and shit to where the very first people was on the scene and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then you know how they say everybody started in Africa and then spread it outward.
Yep.
But if everybody started around the North Pole and spread it outward and shit, that's why I was saying that fucking history that we've been taught and shit, man, is fucking all pseudo, all of it.
All of it. I'm with you there, my brother. That's what I've been pushing towards too. That North Pole shit started there. And hold on. The white people started in Africa. That's their history.
Mm, mm,
You feel me? Their evolution from one to another. That's how they was. We were from the North Pole.
mm.
But they want us to think we came from monkeys in Africa.
Mm.
Now I wanted Sister Soul when she finished to bring up that Alaskan Triangle because that shit is deep. That
In
shit
Alaska?
it's called the Alaskan Triangle. They say it's way more brutal than the goddamn Bermuda Triangle. And I think there's another one in Australia where strange shit happened at.
God damn. Motherfucking whirlpools and shit.
Yeah. Storm come out of nowhere and just fuck everything up. In the middle of the motherfucking ocean.
God damn.
Yeah, look that job up when you get a minute, man.
All right, brother. I done dropped all the ice and all right. All right. So what you were saying, I heard you a little bit Vegan, when I was doing that, trying to clean it up. But yeah, you said all that. Well, what did y'all have to say about the map real quick? Briefly, not to repeat the whole anything.
Basically, we said
go ahead.
we both agreed that we think that that our Africa theory was a lie, and that
Yeah.
basically we came from the North fucking Pole in so many words.
Facts. We were there and got pushed over and pushed down over here in this area. This right here, this picture was something that they were talking about. I can't even remember now, but it's in this one of those stories from the previous pics. But it shows this something. I don't know what these people was talking about. Took a picture of this screenshot. But yeah, you said you wanted me to pull some up. Let me stop sharing this and then I'm gonna pull it up, bro. What you were saying to Big Philly, as far as like you wanted me to stop sharing so I could show something or pull something up. Big Philly.
The Alaskan Triangle.
Oh, Alaskan Triangle. Okay, I'm about to pull it up real quick. Yeah, let's check that out. He said it's just like the Bermuda Triangle. Yep, popped it up. Let's see. Disappearing into thin air. Legends. Let me see what we're gonna pull up first. Yeah, say it disappears into thin air. Okay. What did you want me to pull up, bro? A video? I see some kind, I don't know if this is some kind of show talking about it or
Nah, it's just called. It's Google the Bermuda. No, the Alaskan Triangle, and see
oh,
what comes up.
all right. All right. Let's see. So let me share.
It's gonna be some mystical shit.
Let's see, they got a whole show about it. A
Say it
whole
again.
show. Yeah, I see they got a whole show about it. That's why I didn't know if he was talking about this show that's talking about it or what. They had like different episodes, but I'm just pull this up real quick.
Nah, just the meaning of the Alaskan Triangle.
All right.
Planes come up missing. Same thing.
Yeah. It's between Anchorage, Yokotat, Juneau, all off the Gulf of Alaska. So it's not even in the water though. It's in the city.
Exactly.
What the
Along the
hell?
mountains that we were just talking about.
See what in portals be at. People think I be playing. I know I ain't crazy. I know what I'm talking about. Listen, my mind ain't gonna tell me and show me nothing for no damn reason. Let me tell y'all about it.
Them
I know
same,
y'all
and that's why
touch
I
the
wanted
grass.
you to bring it up, sister, because them
I'm
same
glad
mountains
you
they was
did.
talking about is the same mountains they talking about right there.
Let's see. Let's pull this pic up. Look at that. And that's a long space of land. Look at all that. Look how much that is.
Yeah.
Hell
That's damn near the whole size of Alaska if you flip the triangle over, right?
You got all kinds of mountains that has not been explored.
So
And,
all that's like a mountain region.
yeah, mountain, yeah, and the snow, the ice, the
Mm-hmm.
wind temperatures like -60, all of that shit.
And remember, that's the 6 months out the year thing again with the light.
Yes, ma'am.
Ain't that
Um,
something? I wonder why that is. That's real phenomenal.
Did it have a meaning under there? Like
Yeah,
what?
it did, bro. Hold on. I just had went out of the picture real quick because I was trying to. I mean, I had zoomed in on this picture. Now let me try to get back out of it.
And all around that, you know what where the end of the mountain and stuff is
Mm,
frozen ice.
mm. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Let's see here. See what it reads. Uh-oh, page up a little bit. Okay. It says the Alaska Triangle, sometimes called the Alaska Bermuda Triangle, is a place in the untouched wilderness of the frontier state where mystery lingers and people go missing at a very high rate. The Alaska Triangle connects the state's largest city of Anchorage in the south to Juneau in the southeast, Panhandle uh-oh, to Barrow, a small town on the state's north coast. Here is some of North America's most unforgiving wilderness. Let's see. The area began attracting public attention in October of 1972 when a small private plane carrying U.S. House Majority Leader, political people. This is interesting. Majority Leader Hale Boggs,
I remember
Alaska.
that.
Yeah, I remember that too. Alaska Congressman. I don't remember. I remember hearing about it though. Alaska Congressman Nick Begich and aide Russell Brown and their Bush pilot Don Johns seemingly vanished into thin air while flying from Anchorage to Jania for more than a month. 50 civilian planes and 40 military aircraft, plus dozens of boats, covered a search area of 32,000 square miles. Dang. But no trace of the plane or the men, the wreckage, or debris was ever found. So they ain't find nothing. No debris, nothing.
No.
Damn.
Nothing. Look at these clouds and stuff too. They be looking like how they be looking now. That shit look crazy. The wilderness at Denali National Park, Alaska. Look at it. Damn, that's a lot of woods, a lot of water. That's some nice land though. Afterwards, more planes went down, hikers went missing, and Alaskan residents and tourists seemed to vanish into thin air. In fact, since 1988, more than 16,000 people have disappeared. God dang. With the missing person rate at more than twice the national average. That shit is sick. That's crazy, y'all. Y'all know that's crazy. That
That's
don't even
why.
make
That's
sense.
why I wanted you to bring it up.
This is real crazy, bro. Yes, that's too much. In any given year, 500 to 2,000 people go missing in Alaska, never to be seen again. Authorities conduct hundreds of rescue missions. Most often return without finding a missing person or any evidence at all. These disappearances are blamed on everything from severe weather to aliens, to aliens, to aliens, to aliens. No, let me
Yeah, or to
don't get me started on these
polar
damn
bears,
portals
the
in these
wild
fucking mountains.
animals, that
Missing,
kind of stuff.
all kind of
They
stuff.
got.
Who's to say missing, somebody get lost? I mean, that can happen too. That's normal shit. And all them woods, they don't mean just because y'all look, y'all gonna find something. So I mean, let's be real too. But you never know when it comes to certain things. But all this is tied into all this other stuff we've been talking about this morning. That's why I'm just tripping. But to swirling energy vortexes, to an evil shape shifting demon of Tlingit, whatever that is, Tlingit Indian lore called Kushtaka. So they talking about Bigfoot, right? But the most likely explanation of these many missing people in the wilderness itself without this area are dense forests, craggy mountain peaks, massive glaciers, hidden caves, and deep crevices where downward aircraft or lost hikers might easily be hidden and then covered by snowfall. Hiding any trace of human activity, these harsh landscapes is also filled with wild animals, like you said, bro, and is subject unforgiving weather and including avalanches. Wow, that's a lot. I'm
Yeah.
so tired of talking about the damn stimulus check. We reading this and they putting that shit up there. More than half of the nation's federally designated wilderness lies in Alaska, and many of the permanent disappearances are linked to perilous natural elements. Alaska is bound by 33,000 miles of coastline, contains more than 3 million lakes. Dang, 3
Damn.
million lakes by itself? What the heck?
Yeah.
All that good ass water. Oh my gosh. Okay, untamed. Well, we need to live there. I couldn't stand that cold though. Untamed wildlife and winters that blanket vast reaches of the state in snow and ice. However, there are many that support the idea of energy vortexes with the triangle. Of course, I mean, if they got a good mind, they would figure that out. Energy vortexes are thought to be swirling centers of energy, concentrated in specific places where the energy crackles most intensely. The energy radiates in a spiraling cone shape clockwise or counterclockwise, creating positive and negative effects. They are thought to affect humans in various physical, mental, and emotional ways. Of course, they do. This is why they use the churches. They build the churches on these vortexes all the time. It's all strategically done. Okay, positive vortexes spiral upward in a clockwise motion, creating an enhancing flow of energy. This type is said to be conducive to healing, meditation, creativity, and self-exploration. I'm very aware of this. I do Reiki healing, just so y'all know. If anybody needs some help, you do have to pay for travel expenses. I'm just putting that out there. Okay, Positive vortexes spiral upward in a clockwork motion. Damn, I gotta call you back, babe. Positive vortexes spiral upward in a clockwork motion, creating an enhancing flow of energy. This type is said to be conductive of healing, meditation, creativity, and self-exploration. People actively search these places out to feel inspired. That's why when they go to church, people get so, oh, I felt the spirit. I know it's something going on. This da 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 da, because you're on the vortex, y'all just don't even know it. People actively search these places out to feel inspired, recharged, or uplifted. Does that sound familiar? Some of the places where positive vortexes are said to exist are the Egyptian pyramids. Talk about it. Stonehenge and the Sedona Desert. That's where them giants built them. Them pyramids was built by them giants, and they listen. They were like bricks to them. Y'all might think this is a game. I'm telling y'all about our ancestors and the power they had and the height, everything they had in them because they were so connected, and the things they were able to do on frequency and vibration, even moving things by frequency and vibration. That's a whole nother story too. We ain't gonna get into that. The sacred temples and cathedrals throughout the world. Alternatively, negative vortexes spiral downward in a counterclockwise motion. They know which ones to create and how to create, and they do affect things. This is why HARP is used to do certain things, guys. Y'all need to read up on that. If you're not familiar with it, y'all better get to it. Okay, creating a draining or depleting energy and depleting the positive energies in its vicinity. In humans, they are believed to cause health problems. Listen to this. I'm telling y'all, I talk to y'all about this all the time. Y'all health, and they help to bring these vortexes in by using certain chemicals in your body. When you're eating certain things, eating out, eating meat, all these different things you know you shouldn't be putting into your body, sugar, salts, all these things that are you know are not good for your health. This is what's happening. It brings on depression, all kind of things because it's a cognitive issue. It's working on the brain, the function of the brain, and what's taking you to the ascension of reality that aren't true. And that's why you're having problems because you can't even recognize the shit. Okay, they are believed to cause health conditions include depression, nightmares, disorientation, confusion, and both visual and audio hallucinations. You can also be getting hallucinations, where you're tripping throughout the day, thinking this is going on, that's going on. All this cognitive is off. Your person is talking to you of somebody in your life that love you, trying to help you, talk to you about something. You hearing something totally different from what they're saying. Why? Because your balance is off. Your audio is off. You're confused. You're hallucinating and you're hearing things that you're not supposed to hear because that's not what they damn saying. It's a whole lot of stuff that go with that, y'all. Y'all might think this is a small thing, but y'all better get it together. If you try it for a while, just balance yourself, eat right, do a deep little cleanse for about 2 weeks. You're gonna see the difference and you ain't gonna want to go back. That's all I can say to you. Okay. They are also said to cause electrical instruments to malfunction. Some places that are said to be filled with negative vortexes are the Bermuda Triangle, Japan's Devil Sea. I heard about that. And Easter Island. We've all heard about that as well. Y'all want to say anything about that, guys? How we reading this? This is crazy, bro. I'm glad you brought this up, Big Philly.
No problem, sis. That's what I'm saying. I wanted you to read that.
Yeah,
I
that's
look
crazy.
if you ever get time, look at this show, Life Below Zero. Look at a couple series,
Okay.
and they like a lot of them are like 150 miles from the North Pole. That's all I wanted to say.
Perfect, perfect. I'm gonna do that, bro. What you got to say about if anything, Green? That's crazy, right? Oh, he probably doing something. Okay, but anyway, we about finished with this real quick. It says, let's see. Alternatively, negative vortexes spiral downward in a counterclockwise motion. We read that humans that are inhuman, they are believed to cause health problems. They are also said to cause electrical instruments that are a vortex is a massive energy that moves in a rotary or whirling motion, causing depression or vacuum at the center. So it can either pull down and pull you into a negative being state where you're feeling all this depression, all this stuff, or it can either pull you up out of it depending on the vortex that you're on. So that's the power of the earth. All right. So, let me drop a link in case somebody want to join us real quick. So, Big Philip, do you hear that? This talk about everything I be talking about too, which is crazy. These vortexes are so important. I swear, be keeping us from being in the right places, or sometimes you in the wrong place. I'm sorry, I'm trying to put this in here. I'm getting distracted in my thought, bro. Sometimes being in the wrong place or being around different people, you'll get those feelings or what have you, and that's that energy I be talking about. People don't even know. Oh, people can't affect you. People can affect you. They can be a part of you because we all are connected to the same source. So these vortexes you can be pulled into by people's energy, not only by being in a place that has a frequency portal.
Yeah, I feel you, sister.
What's up, Copper? You done got low, bro. What's going on with you? What's your thoughts? We done talked about a lot of stuff since you was chatting last. Or you doing something too? Copper.
I
Okay.
think Copper dropped off, did he?
Oh, he did. It's not. It's
But
showing he
but
up here.
yeah,
Here,
sister,
let me
that's
stop
why I
sharing.
wanted you to bring it up because the same thing
Let me stop
that they
sharing.
were
It's
talking
crazy.
about on the mythological on the map,
Yes.
same thing about the Alaskan Triangle.
See, and this one I'm saying. A lot of this stuff. How do all this information, brother Didas? What's good, brother? Peace and love to you, bro. Hope you're
Peace.
having a good day. How is all these bits and pieces of information tying together, right? And like all these people are talking about different things, and most of these things are based on facts. These maps and stuff, these people talking about these things, whether they're trying to create stories around it, what they thought it was, or whatever. But it's all talking about a lot of the same thing. So it has to be some type of connection with most of this information. It's no way around it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm agreeing with you. It's some deep shit. I've been studying that shit for a minute.
Right. Copper, what you got to say about this, bro? Want to get your input.
Oh, hello. You can't hear me.
Or you
I
just
just
getting back?
woke
I
up.
know I had
Yeah.
said something to you earlier. If you just came back, that's cool too. But I know you probably stepped away.
They live. Hey, I don't know, but I know it's more than what it cracks up because a lot of the mining was pre-mining before the others, the seconds, start mining. So
Mm-hmm.
it's ancient underground railroads that look at this. The offering, the white offerings. I mean, like Annie, they had a train. They rode them on a train system from wherever, but that's probably the old train that Harriet Tubman supposedly used. I bet it's no, I better shut up. Damn, man. What's up? I was going to say, I bet you it's some DNA on that train from Harriet. You shine the black light, it's juices all over, but Harriet, friends and family, don't send them. Please. Please.
Bro, say I'm good. I'm just talking. But yeah, you're right, bro. It's so much with all this shit. It's like crazy. And I remember this book about the Harriet Tubman, right? Which another thing confirmed more plots and lies, putting these stories and shit in our head about the railroad. And she was talking about, oh yeah, the other people, something. She was talking about something with the other people and them getting paid for the railroad. How y'all getting paid for a railroad if y'all doing an underground railroad? And you talking about the other conductor? What other conductors, lady? A conductor is somebody that's driving it or conducting this train. So you
She
mean to
was
tell me you was just a train conductor woman?
they were running
Is that what you
train.
telling me? You big ass no, Lisa. Lying, acting
Choo
like you went
choo.
and doing some shit. You just conducting a train like any old other damn person that's conducting a train. But y'all making like she was this big superhero. What? Come on with
Yeah,
this,
she
man.
was big ass bottoms. They was running choo choo. That's why I was like, man, there's some DNA on the steps of that train. Choo choo.
They was
Back it
doing a
up,
lot more than running the
Tubman.
track, huh?
Drop that warp on back up my caboose. I'm sorry. Hey, I gotta go. But hey, I try to support vegan. Hey, I got a
Facts. Peace
power
and love,
plan,
bro.
man. The Three Kings, man. Hey, you need to chat later, man, if you're up to it. Hey, brilliant. Hey, some fucking Rockefeller and fucking OG Philly is the silent partner. What? Come on, man. For real, man. Don't be scared, man.
Don't be scared, he said.
Don't be scared. Hey, you, the Dame Dash. Hey, cause you Jay-Z, I'll be, yeah. You Jay-Z, I be Dame Dash, and Big Philly is the silent Kevin Brooks or whatever his name. See, we don't even know his name. Just let him sit back there and just
But he
do
doing
it.
his part.
Yeah. The smoothie, he's silently mixing up the smoothies. I gotta go, bro.
Oh, y'all know
Hey,
I'm here. I'm down, Copper Tone. You
hey,
already know.
Regan, it's up to you, man. Come on. Later on,
We can
man.
do
Call
that
me.
and shit. All right, hit me up, Copper Tone.
All right. Hey, you off work, right? You ain't, huh? You
Yeah,
off work, right?
chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling,
All right.
bro. I'm off. Mhm.
No 12. Oh, you going hard today, huh? 13 hours,
Yeah.
huh? 13 hours.
That's that. Look, that's how Nick Sanchez get them beats going, get them lines going, pop it up,
Hey,
bro.
hey, his new
The family
net.
doing
Hey, his new network is gonna be Greedy Springer 24/7.
it. Yes, bring it up on y'all ass.
I'm
Damn.
gone.
He gonna get. Hey, he gonna get 1 million views off of that shit too.
Facts, facts.
God damn.
Greedy Springer. No, not Greedy Springer. Facts, though. You've been going in, bro. You've been putting that work in your life. Cause I know what you working and stuff. And then when you get off, you be trying to do your live. You be trying to hang in there. Sometimes you like, okay, let me doze for a minute, let them go, cause they going good
Hell
right
yeah.
now. But when it's good, it be hard to cut it off.
Right, right. That's it, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I think when I do it and shit, I be so into learning what everybody else has to express and shit, it's shit. I can do that shit forever. I can
Yeah.
do that forever and shit. Hell yeah. Like this here was good and shit. This raised a whole lot of more thoughts and questions for the viewers, not only myself, but especially for the viewers and shit, who be always trying to nail hard on the racism tip and the out of Africa, both the American Aborigine and Mongoloid thing and all this shit. It's actually deeper than all this shit.
Way deeper, exactly, bro.
Yeah,
They be so focused on the surface stuff, and
yeah,
that's part of the trick. That's part
right,
of the trick, and they don't be seeing it, man. It's like, man, y'all gotta go past a little of that just sometimes to get a little deeper. Not that what y'all plight is, or what you have in your mind is not important. Nobody's trying to disseminate none of that or the value of that. That's the thing. The thing is, it's other stuff you got to include too because it plays a part of it.
right.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going on, man. We got a lot going on. But yeah, I didn't want to be on here too long. I definitely wanted to bring the information from Stormy. She wanted me to talk about the story with these people disrespecting, and that goes to a whole nother level too. That's a whole nother conversation too. The psyop stories. Oh, have us focus on this. Like just like how it happened, it was good that the people went to support, but on the same sense, it's like, damn, 150 people took time out their life to go for this nonsense because this ignorant dog, when this animal should have been in jail years ago when he putting feces on people's cars and he doing this and that. Why should that even be happening? And if
Right.
it did happen, you know what I'm saying? It's just so many things to go along with that whole story, the whole idea, how it's so passive, through the police, how he can talk to the police and shrug them off and jack them off, nothing happened to him. He don't even get paid or thrown to the ground or putting handcuffs to scare him to show some respect or nothing because he know he ain't got to.
Right.
All these things, we just be, I don't know, it just be crazy to me. But yeah, I wanted to just do that. I had some stuff to do. I'll be available if any of y'all go live. Definitely, I support. But I had a live plan for later. If y'all can, make sure y'all jump on. It's gonna be a quick one too. It ain't gonna be too long either. Probably about an hour or so this evening. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate everybody coming through. I appreciate you, Vegan, as always. Appreciate you, Big Philly, as always. Y'all got anything to say before I get ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I
No,
say
I
much
just
love and much respect to everybody. Everybody protect their energy. And I see y'all in them YouTube streets. Much love.
Facts in the YouTube streets.
my
Vegan.
my exact words and shit. Peace and salutes to everybody and shit. Endless love and respect. And I see you in these streets as well.
Back to the YouTube streets.
Yep. Thank you for allowing me up, sis.
Yeah.
Always, bro. You already know. Anybody's always welcome, long as they kind and respectful. Y'all always are. So y'all already know. Anytime, anytime, anytime. And I
Yeah.
want to shout out everybody again that was in the chat. Even if you didn't get to jump up, thanks so much for joining us on this conversation and being an ear. Getting a little bit of information. We took it into that as well. So hopefully you gained some insight or even something you can start looking into to open your mind into other things. We can't be closed-minded when it comes to anything. You got to just open your mind up, start looking, delving into information, putting it together with what's coming from inside of you and get it together that way. You're going to be able to decipher the information. You're going to be able to come to conclusions based off confirmation because things going to come back to you. We started talking about the one subject, then the brothers went into underground tunnels and cities. And then I pulled up one of my albums just because they were talking about that. We went into that. Then the brother pulled up this about this triangle. This is this is how information is supposed to flow. It's supposed to be a frequency of information that we are able to attach to and get something from. It shouldn't be about, just talking about things that's irrelevant. And even if we do, make sure we bring points, respecting each other. Love builds like this, where we can respect each other. We can talk about information that go good. It's always positive, and we putting something out there for somebody else to consider as well. So once again, thank you guys for joining me. Copper Tone joined me. Greedy Vegan.
Hey, let me say to everybody, hit that like button, share and subscribe. Please support the channel.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. So that's right, brother. If you guys would like to, please hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, feel free to do so. If not, just join us anytime. You're still welcome as well. And peace and love. So Big O, we appreciate you, Quentin Emerson. Thanks so much for coming out as well, bro. We appreciate you for showing your light today. I heard from you in a minute. Lathia B, we appreciate you for showing out. Noble Nuth for showing up in the chat. Ricky Young, Huey P, Grandma, of course, sis. Thanks so much for showing out. Cosmo Young, my girl, thanks for coming out. JJ, the Enlightened One, B Honey Boo. We also have giving shout out to who else was in there? Brother Diadak Mercury, thanks for coming out, bro. Executive Sessions. And anybody else, Cameron Giles, thanks so much for showing out. We appreciate you showing yourself today. And you're new to the platform, so welcome. Feel free to subscribe and join us any other time. All right, guys, peace and love. You already know what I'm gonna say. Make sure you're doing something good today, showing some love, showing some light, showing something that's gonna be an improvement for anybody, even if it's a smile, a bottle of water. Keep something in your car, guys. Some snacks, some water, especially now. This heat is horrid. It is horrid. I mean, just going from the car to the house, you like sweating almost. So just be considerate to other people. Keep some snacks, some water, some things like that in your vehicle. You might could pass out to somebody that might need it. The homeless person standing there, somebody got a sign or whatever. If you're interested in still supporting the Ohio event, make sure you send anything, to my Cash App. I'll put that in the comments as we get done with this. And make sure that you're doing that. Think about other people other than yourself. Sometimes if you go to the store, get a little box, put something in there, canned goods, some non-perishable items, some underwear, anything that you care to contribute to the event that we're going to be having in October in Ohio. So just make sure you're reaching out to us on that, guys. Let me put that in the comments here. Cash App. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Make sure y'all looking out for my video later. I'm going to be doing a brief one talking about some stuff that I think is very important pertaining to what's going on. So that's all I want to say about that, guys. Peace and love. I'm out. That's about it. Peace.